Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm just sitting here drinking my morning coffee, getting ready to eat my breakfast, squat and all that. See, no fake coffee sit there. I need to weigh this thing on a scale. People are debating it. I might be lifting fake weights with this coffee. I probably need to weigh it, get that out of the way. But I did a video yesterday talking about the supplements that are actually useful. Very short list. There weren't many. People brought up a lot of things. They brought up a lot of different vitamins and minerals, and you need this, you need that. Things like vitamin C. Magnesium was a big one. Magnesium was mentioned over and over and over. Here's the question I got to ask, guys. Number one, do you not realize there are potential safe upper limits to these things? Meaning it is possible to consume too much magnesium to where it could actually harm you. All right, people seem to be unaware of this. Number two, I got to ask, what in the hell are people eating? People who are saying that are probably not objectively looking at the data. They're not objectively looking at what they are eating. Now, I can understand why things like magnesium supplementation seem to make a difference in this day and age, because there was this big trend of if it fits your macros of living on nothing but Pop-Tarts, ice cream, and protein powder, and as long as you weighed it all out, you stayed ripped. Well, no wonder you guys are magnesium deficient. For those who are unaware of what the numbers look like, though, what's the recommended amount of magnesium? It's about 400 milligrams for men, about 300 for women. That goes up to about 420 when you start getting older as a male. Now, I'm not going to disagree that magnesium is important. It's important for bone mineralization, bone density. It's important for muscle contraction. It's important for muscle recovery. It's potentially important for testosterone production because it affects lipid metabolism. Magnesium is, when you're at an ideal intake, is essentially anabolic. If you're at a below an ideal threshold, you'll probably see reduced muscle growth, reduced recovery. Not ideal to be deficient in it. The problem we have there is that, remember, those ideal intakes, being minorly deficient from that isn't going to be horrifically bad. Like it's been noted, some people can have decent health at anything over 100 milligrams on men. But if we're talking about ideal intakes, ideal, particularly if you're an athlete, right, you want to be around that 400 mark or higher. 300 for women. The thing is, even when you go read these articles, you ever notice you read the articles on bodybuilding.com who sell these supplements and are pimping them? You ever notice they say, but you probably don't want to be over about 500 milligrams a day. I'm going to assume most of us out here are eating whole foods. I'm going to assume most of us are on fairly high calorie diets if we're trying to gain muscle and strength. I'm going to assume my average viewership isn't spending their entire year trying to cut down to 140 pounds. I'm going to assume you all lift. I'm going to assume most of you do cardio. I'm going to assume most of you probably eat at least 2,500 calories. If you're eating less than 2,500 calories to cut, you probably need to build more muscle. You guys probably need to put some more size on. All right, so how easy is it to get 400 milligrams of magnesium? How many calories of potatoes? White potatoes, plain old white potatoes. It's a whole food. Actually, it's considered a good diet food. If you throw away all the junk, bad diets, and you go look at what scientists are saying, potatoes are an amazing fat loss food because they have an ultra high satiety. It's pretty hard to eat 2,000 calories of potatoes a day. I ate 1,500 yesterday personally, but I also exceeded the safe limit of magnesium from my diet. I went over 500 milligrams. And that's normal for me. I'm not doing it intentionally. I just eat a lot of whole food. So, how many calories of potatoes does it take? Anyone know? About 1,200. All right, we're not even getting into your protein sources because milk and meat and all that stuff has significant amounts of magnesium, right? People may not be aware of that. There's a lot of that in there. If you're on high protein diets, you're probably getting a lot of magnesium from your protein sources. How much you guys think is in there? 1,200 calories of potatoes. 1,200 calories of potatoes will get you there. Well, if you're on a 2,500 calorie diet, that's only half your calories. It's taking half of your calories if you use potatoes as a staple carb to reach the optimal magnesium intake. Not acceptable. That's your optimal amount. And then if you're eating 2 pounds of chicken on top of that, you're exceeding the optimal amount. You can do that with, that's basically 2,000 calories right there. That's before all your veggies and other stuff. That alone. All right, brown rice. Brown rice is a staple. in the lifting world, how many calories of brown rice does it take to reach optimal magnesium intakes? About 1,000 calories of brown rice. What? Not exactly hard to do. If you're eating 2,500 calories a day, hell, if you're on a 2,000 calorie a day diet, it's not that hard to squeeze 1,000 calories of brown rice in. You've hit your magnesium number. And in fact, go back to the point, if that's your ideal, that puts you at 400, and 500 is not good. Technically, and I don't know that the 500 is not good. That's just what some of these website advisors, they don't want to hurt people who they're selling the supplements to. They've got a disclaimer that if they overdose on magnesium or something, that they say, we warned them. We warned them. They exceeded the limit we gave, which you're going to do easily. So 1,300 calories of brown rice would exceed the 500 milligrams. 400 is your optimal intake. How about beans? I mean, beans and rice. We're talking about healthy foods here now at this point. How many calories of like pinto beans do you think it takes, or kidney beans? About 500 calories worth. That puts you at your optimal magnesium intake. Who in the hell is deficient in magnesium other than the kids eating Pop-Tarts and whey protein all day? We're talking about staple carbs among lifters. White potatoes, brown rice, kidney beans. I assume this is the stuff all of you eat every day. This is the sort of foods most of you eat every day. Then you start looking at your chicken and everything. Hell, you can get 200 milligrams of magnesium from chicken breast alone easily. You can get half your intake from just chicken on a high protein diet. How about milk? Go look at your skim milk. Look at your fat-free Greek yogurt. Go pull them up. So who in the hell is deficient in this stuff? Then people start talking about vitamin C. Well, there's this researcher from 60 years ago who says he thinks it helps with cancer. Yeah, okay. You do know there's a limit to how much you can absorb in a day, right? Anybody aware of that? There's you can't absorb limitless vitamin C. You can't. How much is in potatoes? To reach your considered acceptable healthy intake of vitamin C, you need about 600 calories of potatoes. Go back to just potatoes can help. Potatoes, if you ate 1,200 calories of potatoes, you would reach your ideal intake on iron, magnesium. I think you would be something like 4 times the intake on potassium, which again, potassium is important for muscle growth performance. You're going to be at very, very high levels of potassium. You start looking, it's actually got a little bit of vitamin K in it, but then the vitamin C, you're going to be probably double the RDA on vitamin C. You're totally clear. So these are examples of things. Same thing. People act like vitamin C is hard to get. Do you not eat broccoli? Do you not eat any fruit? I'm a big fan of watermelons. I ate a lot of watermelons lately. Kind of backed off because I got sick of them. The vitamin C intake, magnesium, potassium, and all that stuff on watermelons. 1,000 calories of watermelon, you'd be shocked at how much of those things are in there. Oh, it also will put you at way over something like 10 times the RDA on vitamin A. At least the plant source, which isn't toxic. There's no toxicity to that because there's an upper limit of what you can absorb. So you've got to start looking at these things and wondering what in the hell are people eating. If you really go look at all of these different things, why are people supplementing them? Are you not eating whole foods? Okay, let's say you live on chicken, brown rice, broccoli, and Greek yogurt, right? Go look at 2,500 calories of those foods. I'm talking only 200 calories of broccoli in there. Getting, again, maybe 1.5 pounds of chicken breast and then throwing in some Greek yogurt every day. Go look at all your numbers. Look at the numbers on your nutrition profile. What in the hell are you needing to supplement? A lot of those you're already consuming about as much as your body can absorb. Also, we get into issues with vitamin C. Hell, too much vitamin C, particularly vitamin C and vitamin E supplements post-workout, have been shown to blunt training response. So you got to wonder where people are getting these ideas. They're only looking at people who are on junk food diets when they're saying, well, this supplement seems to help with this and this, but it's like, that shouldn't be you. What are you eating every day? Do you live on Taco Bell? Do you live on Burger King? And the thing is, even if you're living on Burger King or McDonald's, there's a lot of potatoes in there. You're probably hitting your magnesium anyways. You have to be eating a horrifically bad diet. Basically, you got to be sitting around eating fried food and junk food and candy all day to be hitting the sort of calories most people who lift and train need to be consuming to be deficient in these foods. Like I've got to wonder what in the hell people are eating, or they're not looking at their profile saying, oh yeah, wait, I'm already getting the optimal intake of magnesium and potassium and iron and vitamin C. Then they say, well, vitamin K is critical. Yeah, it is. You guys don't eat spinach and broccoli? Come on. There's no need to supplement these things. Eat a balanced, healthy diet of mostly whole foods. It's not going to be a problem. You're going to hit your optimal intakes as athletes. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.